Hello everybody, welcome back to some more World of Warcraft Classic. I'm playing here with my little Paladin Catriona, and we're just off up north to run a few errands. Not going to be a lot of fighting in this episode. I think it's going to be more of a kind of a podcasty kind of episode. Hopefully something you'll still enjoy. Yeah, so I'm back to playing. It's been a while, as you can probably see by the fact I've only gained 7 levels in the 2 weeks since the last episode. That house move and the run up to it, it's not been good. Just trying to get everything sorted, get the walls stripped down, and just repair the odd crack, get it painted. Although we did have some decorators in to do the bulk of that. So yeah, but we're in now. I can start recording. There's still a lot to do around the house, but I'm recording, as you'll know if you watched yesterday's video. I'm recording in our new study, which is... it's a bit small and very reverby, so I've been trying to fight that as best I can. I've had to put some curtains up without actually putting them up because we haven't got a curtain rail or anything up, so fortunately whoever lived in this house before us was very fond of hooks. There's little hooks on virtually every surface. We've taken them all off most of the walls, but there's loads just around the window for some bizarre reason. So I've taken a curtain we had spare and hung that up, and that seems to have killed a little bit of the reverb. I'm recording with the door open, which seems to have helped a little bit as well. But yeah, as you can probably hear, it's still not perfect. Where are we? We are flying over the Syrian Gorge. Got a little while to go. Yeah, so yeah, with all the house moving and the build up to it, and in the immediate aftermath, having, once we got in, we had to sort out loads of stuff. That's really impacted on my playing time. I looked on my Twitter account. I think it was the 30th of August. I made a tweet, and I was level 17 at the time, and I've gone up 12 levels in a month. That's not good. Well, back to it now, so hopefully things will accelerate. Yeah, hopefully I'll find a way to further reduce the reverb in this room. We're going to get some bookshelves up, that should help. If needs be, I might have to start looking to invest in some acoustic foam, Then I know it's all getting really serious. And here we come into our destination, Ironforge. The iconic Ironforge. I don't know why I always tend to gravitate towards Stormwind. I know a lot of players say they prefer Ironforge just because it's easier to reach a lot of the stuff, especially towards the end of the game. I don't know why it is. I kind of prefer Stormwind to Ironforge. Ironforge is not without its charm. I mean, look at this. How can you not love that? But it's almost like Stormwind was my original love. And Ironforge, yeah, as I said, it's got its charm, but it's I don't know. Anyway, what are we here to do? We are here to find... where are you, Mr. Master Blacksmith person? I assume it's here I have to go to. Not you, Artisan Blacksmith. Yeah. Because we're up to 150 and we need to get going with this.
Keep your feet on the ground.
So that's that. What can I make to get us up to the next thing?
What's on
Let's
your
just double
mind?
check. How far do we need to get until I get something new available? Green iron leggings at 155. What am I currently wearing? 173 armor, 11 strength, 5 stamina. Same total of primary stats. The strength is probably more useful for me. I don't know. Might have to make some of them just to level up.
See you soon.
What can I make? Can make some iron buckles. I do have a spare gold bar, but I don't think I'm going to use that. And of course, there's lots of stuff we could use if we have the silver. Pattern bronze. I do have some spare bronze. or at least the spare stuff to make some bronze. Actually, let's get that one iron bar done. Reduce the amount of space all that is taking up in my bag. So, what's been happening in my own little World of Warcraft journey since I last spoke to you? Not a lot. I mean, I finished off the quests in Red Ridge. Progressed further. Just finishing off Duskwood now. Got a few things left to do. How much am I going to need, actually? Let's do 2 more. I'm still a little close. And what was it I needed for patterned bronze bracers? I need lots of coarse grinding stone. I'll probably just make a few of you. Let's make a few more bronze. I'm going to want to make 2 more of you. We'll just make a load of leggings. Should level us up a bit. And not use too many of the mats I want to kind of hold back. Create all of you. Finishing off Red Ridge it was a bit interesting. Someone had gone out and found what gear they could to be as close a match to the Flight Master as was possible. And they'd done a pretty good job. The top, whatever the top was, the texture on it was the same, whatever the chest piece was. And it fooled me. I went running right up to them and clicked on them. Why is this not working? Oh, you little sod. Ah, that's made the iron buckle unusable. Ah! I should have done that the other way around. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? How much more bronze can we make? I can make 16 more bronze. I can get another couple of those leggings. Is that going to be enough? I did 4 and that got me 3 levels. Let's sell all of this. I think I'm going to hang fire on that. We've got other stuff to do now. So yeah, that was incredibly irritating, but I did have to take a step back and think, you know, fair play to you. You did actually fool me there.
See you soon.
I don't know how many other people they got, but So what next? I did say this was a bit of an errand-based episode, and next we will be flying up to the Arathi Highlands, I think. There we go. Because we need to go and get ourselves some first aid books, because we have maxed out that as well. And out of the gates of Ironforge. Oh, it's good to be back. It really is good to be back. Look at all of this. Beautiful. So what else has been happening? I haven't had a chance to run many dungeons. I do that's kind of like my pet love in World of Warcraft is running instances, running dungeons, getting groups, and doing that. What have I run since I last saw you? Probably only Shadowfang Keep. I must have done something else other than that. Oh, and Stockades. Yes, Shadowfang Keep and the Storm in Stockade. Yeah, I did enjoy Shadowfang Keep, always enjoy Shadowfang Keep, but I didn't manage to get a group for wading caverns whilst I was sort of within range, which kind of irritated me because I was hoping to sort of get everyone, apart from Ragefire Chasm for obvious reasons. Yeah, didn't manage to get one. I mean, there was an advert earlier for a wading caverns group. I thought, you know, I could do. I mean, I'm well past the level, but in the end, I decided no. I'm just gonna leave that one be. I might, if I really want to get all the dungeons completed, I might wait until I'm level 50 or something, and then just go and solo it. Just be an absolute piece of cake. But I'm hoping to get everything else. Everything else is pretty much pretty solidly advertised on here. I think it's RFK and Gnomragon are the next two to pop up. I think I need 2 or 3 more levels before I'm comfortable going into either of those as the healer. Stockades. The Stockade run was also interesting. It one of the group decided he was going to get one of his higher level guildies to come in and tank it for him. But it so we had as a tank a level 38, 39 rogue. Now I've done a fair bit of rogue tanking. My main was a rogue, and in Wrath of the Lich King, you know, towards the release of Icecrown Citadel, or maybe just after that patch had dropped. Yeah, the earlier dungeons were getting a bit bizarre. I think I tanked the end boss of one heroic level dungeon during Wrath, and with my rogue, and just thinking, you shouldn't be able to do this. You really should not be able to do that. I mean, it wasn't as bad as when Cataclysm dropped and I was leveling an alt through the levels, and we got to what's the first one in Wrath of the Lich King? Is it like Guard Keep? And we had a priest in level 70 PvP gear heal and tank the dungeon, which for me kind of summed up the complaints that most people had about Cataclysm. It's just like, this is all pointless now. Then all this content, it's absolutely pointless. I mean, I know there were complaints about, you know, when you get to the Burning Crusade and you get gear that replaces your old stuff pretty quickly, but this was just silly. I mean, there is a lot of sort of nonsense talked about the step up from Burning Crusade to from Vanilla to Burning Crusade, about how quickly you could replace your gear, because I think the exaggeration that gets thrown about is, you know, if you have tier 3, full tier 3, it's all going to be gone by the time you finish Hellfire Peninsula, which is not the case. If you've got full tier 1 gear, it might be replaced. It might be replaced with some early, like, rep reward stuff, or dungeon drops, or dungeon quest rewards. Maybe because of the way vanilla was with itemization, particularly early on. Some of the tier 1 gear is just weird. I mean, if you were... Oh, thank you! If you had something from Molten Core, where that weird itemization kind of did show. Oh, that's nice of you. Ooh. So I'm just gonna talk and coordinate keyboard and mouse, and apparently I don't have the brain power for that. Ginger nuts. Do I know you? No idea. What was I saying? Yes, upgrades in Hellfire Peninsula, but I mean, it maybe if you had one of those weirdly an item with weird stats on it, then maybe you're gonna be losing that to some of those early greens. But tier 1 that is well suited, you're not going to be losing it that early. Tier 2 stuff, if you've got full tier 2, you'll probably be losing that sort of mid to late 60s blues. Tier 3, you're going to have some of that until you're level 70. Some of that you're going to keep until it's replaced by, you know, stuff from tier 4. So it's I know what they're talking about. I do appreciate what they're saying. It was the step up was a little on the heavy side, but there's quite a few exaggerations thrown around about that. So here we have to be careful not to go too far, because then we run straight into some elites. I think they're elites. Are they elites down here? Are any of them still alive? Has someone been through this already? I mean, it's a reasonably safe bet with this game and its current... Yeah, they are elites. Let's just steer away from that then. But I mean, just going through... I was just going through Duskwood earlier and just trying to find things to kill is... I mean, the population is still high. God knows what's going to happen when we get to phase 2 and they turn layering off. But yeah, the population is still pretty high in those early zones. And trying to find the correct mobs to kill was a pain in the backside. Where do we have to go from here? So just over here we get the first aid books. Do I want to buy more than I need at the moment, and then maybe... Oh, I can't afford that one. Or that one. Oh, I can't afford it, it's just read it out because I can't... Yeah. Learn you, then we have some silk bandages to make. I would say buy it and then just chuck it in my bank at the moment, but my bags are full of a lot of crap. A lot of it I'm sort of waiting until I create an ult and then I can throw some of it over to him so I can store some of it up, and I've sort of got a plan for using it at some point. I'm a hoarder in real life and it's sort of trickled over into the game, which is not good. I try to be very disciplined with myself, but yeah. Something like I've still got a stack of linen cloth that I could get rid of, but I'll be wanting to make a mage at some point, and I'll be wanting to make the mage a tailor, so I'll be wanting to kind of keep this linen cloth back so that I can just chuck it up my mage and easy leveling up. And a similar story with some of the other stuff I've got stored in here, like the spider silk. That's also will be winging its wage to my tailor at some point. Getting good increases on this. When I was trying to get first aid up to 150, I was not getting leveling up this good. It was getting towards sort of throwing the keyboard at the monitor kind of territory, but not quite. So that's got me up to 165. So I'm halfway. Where did you go? Where did you go? There you are. And my current bandages are there, so we'll want to sell you off. We will want to put you in place of those bandages. What are you? Fish liver oil. Don't have any of you anymore. Sell you off. Not a bad little return. Yeah, I think we'll just come back to you. Sounds like hell of a fight going on. Lovely stuff. Bit of a horde group going over there. What's next? Wetlands. Wetlands. I need to go to the wetlands because I need to get not you, not you. This one. Because we will need to go and face Morbant Fell before too long. And I need to get that one done as well, because that's the other... That's sort of like the easy one to pick off, if you've got a moment. Oh, one thing I did come across the other day, I was looking through my images folder, and I came across a bunch of old Warcraft screenshots, and it was right towards the end of Wrath. Cataclysm was about to drop. I think it was like the next day or something, and I was just stood on the docks with my rogue. Looked pretty badass by this point with his gear, but I'd stopped to take screenshots because the oh, what's the name of the quest? There's the guy on the pier in Oberdeen, and you have to go and the long and the short of it is his wife was killed and has become undead, and you have to go and kill her, and then you go back and you go back to him, and he thanks you, and then the ghost of his beloved appears to him and thanks him for helping to set her free, and she disappears. And it's all very moving, especially if you like to get in a little bit into the roleplay kind of side of things, as I do. And I just wanted to take screenshots of that conversation, just to I didn't sort of have any video capture software. I thought that's as good as I'm going to get for that. And just on the last screenshot, there's just a whisper from someone else who stopped to do the same thing, and it just said, "We'll never see them again. Sad face." It was like... I can remember at the time that kind of hit me hard, but it was like, now we do get to see them again. Because Blizzard have finally seen sense and are actually bringing back the... well, at least the vanilla version of... the vanilla version for now. I'll have to see what happens with other versions. Yeah, that. Apparently you can buy gear that makes you look surprisingly similar to that. Buy or craft or
What can
loot.
I do for you?
But anyway, let's get to Menethil Harbour. So yeah, just knock these out. I could probably do that one as well before too long. The Missing Diplomat quest chain. Famous quest chain. Looking forward to getting that done. Items of some consequence. So this is right at the end of the Defias chain, the Defias quest chain, and you get a rather nice ring from it at the end. So it should be a good. What have I got at the moment? Stamina and spirit, because that's all I've come across so far. And so I thought, well, stamina and spirit's better than nothing. But we're getting ourselves quite a nice little bit of gear. Starting to get some decent healing gear together as well. But what I do have at the moment, I've got Verrigan's Fist. I've completed the prerequisite dungeons to get that. Oh, I think Black Fathom Deeps, if I can bloody say it. Black Fathom Deeps is another dungeon I've completed since we last spoke. So all those together means I've managed to get me pally weapon, which I think is better than these two, because this was just an offhand and this is just a stamina sword. Again, the hoarding instinct kicking in. I'm keeping both of them around because, you know, if I get a better offhand, then I'll keep that sword and use that offhand. If I get something with more than 6 intellect on it, or maybe I'll upgrade the sword. I'll find a better sword, which means these two combined will have more than 6 stamina on it. So keeping them both keeps my options open. And you can stop rolling your eyes at my hoarding now. There we go. Over to get our lovely little weapon with which we can face Morbant Fell. I haven't really been over to Kalimdor much. I'm going to make... my first ult is going to be a Night Elf. I need to talk to you first. Okay. So I'm going to blitz the Kalimdor quest this way. Another one's going to be a gnome, so quests like that I'll probably do with her. Let's go.
What's on your mind?
Lightforge iron is a precious metal, but it sounds like your quest is a dire one. You've come a long way, sister. With luck, you might just find what you seek. And if you do get the iron, I know who can fashion it into a weapon against this necromancer you speak of in Duskwood. The shipwrecks off the shore here are the doomed Third Fleet of Kultiras, burned and sunk by red dragons during the last Great War. The fleet hailed from Lordaeron, but one ship, an elvish destroyer, Flying Offspray, was with it. It was shipping a load of Lightforge iron and joined the Third Fleet for protection. Ironic that it sunk to the same dragons. Enough history. The Flying Osprey is wrecked to the south of Menethil Harbour. If you find the Lightforge iron there, bring it to me. Search the wreckage of the blah 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 blah.
Safe travels.
I appear to be still having problem pronouncing basic words as well. Where are we going? One benefit of moving into this into our new place is we've got a different internet package. It's like slightly better download speeds, but oh, this is the one we. What do I have to do? It's Lightforge Iron. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but better upload speeds. Is it just the one thing I need to get, or was it the... There we go. This chest is waterlogged, and its siding broken. Many claw marks mar both the inside and outside of the chest, as if murlocs have searched through it and stolen its treasure. But tucked deep within the chest is a single Lightforge ingot. Unfortunately, many more will be needed if enough metal to fashion a weapon is to be gained. Oh yeah, this is it. Having grabbed the single Lightforge ingot from the waterlogged chest, it is clear that murlocs have stolen the rest. Hunt the murloc raiders near the Flying Osprey wreckage for the lost Lightforge iron. Gather 5 Lightforge ingots. That was what I was remembering. I was thinking, do you have to gather more? Doesn't it come from the murlocs? But then the thing only said, you know, find some... So let's go find me some murlocs. Which, just as I was mentioning earlier... just been mown through by other players. None anywhere. Murloc raiders near the... So I'm assuming I can't just go north and fight them there. No, they'll be a different type of Murloc because they are significantly higher level than the ones you get in Bluegill Marsh. Oh, do come along, respawn. Over here, we got any more there? Some Strangle Kelp. There's one who's just been killed. There's another one that's just been killed. There's another one that I have virtually no chance of getting to. Oh, I don't know though. There's a whole bunch. I've never been this far. I've never had to go this far to actually get one of these guys, which I think is half the problem. But I didn't know this was here. Playing as a paladin. It was nice cutting through the undead in Duskwood, but then you're back to normal mobs and you're like, I don't have many tools in my disposal, do I? Tools at my disposal, I should say. Okay, one. One more lockdown. At least 3 to go. Let's see what else we can do. You.
You need to get closer.
Come on. God, it's just the same basic rotation. It doesn't really spice up for a while. Sometimes I do miss playing playing as a rogue. My first proper main, but I did kind of get bitten hard by the healing bug, so that's sort of that. Good evening, I'm your waitress Catriona. Tonight our special is death. Watery, watery death. Accompanied by a large hammer inserted about your person. There we go. No Lightforged ingot, but a clam, which is nice. And other player... Everyone's nearly exhausted this bit as well. Oh, damn you. Yeah, so this is just Ah! It's what it's like playing at the moment. But I mean, it's better than the private servers where, you know, we maybe had... And some of the ones I was on, because I was playing PvE servers, you got about a population of 200 or 300. Are you living? Yes, you are. Are you alive, I should say? There we go. Oh, he's done the netting thing. Come here. Come here and die like a good little fish. What the hell are they supposed to be anyway? Oh, who knows. Anyway, we've gone past the half-hour mark, which I kind of had planned as being the as how long this episode was going to run. So we're gonna leave that there for today. I'm gonna go off and get these light forging ingots and probably call it a night myself. But yeah, join me next time, where hopefully I will have advanced a little further than I have since the last episode. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time.